Hey guys, so I'm going to show you today how to make your own disinfecting wipes. I know a lot of people have been looking for Clorox wipes and things like that, and they're all gone. I've never liked to use bleach. Well, I haven't for a long time, and I try to find natural products. And normally I buy these seventh generation disinfecting wipes, but everybody's out right now. So I'm going to show you how to make your own. The main active ingredient in here is thiamol, which is oil of thyme, basically. I do not have any oil of thyme at the moment, so I'm going to be using doTERRA's oil of oregano, which also includes a high amount of thiamol. And then I also like to use lemongrass. And if you are going to be using oils, you do want to be careful about what types of oils you are using. A lot of oils are diluted or are made with solvents and are not high potency. So you want to be really careful about the quality of oils that you are using, because you want to make sure that it does have high amounts of disinfectant properties of the actual plant itself. This is another brand that I really like. And it doesn't use any solvents to create the oil. These both have really high potencies for fighting bacteria, viruses. Lemongrass in itself is really beneficial for fighting strains of bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics, for types of pneumonia and things like that. So I like to use them in combination because this just gives it a really good scent, but it also is like a double whammy disinfectant. So what I'm going to do is just reuse my old wipes plastic bottle. Now, if you have a Clorox one that you are using, you can use that. Just make sure you clean it out really good. And I highly recommend doing something like this over using bleach wipes, because you can use this on all of your surfaces of your countertops and to wipe down your food from the grocery store, which I do because I have asthma. I want to make sure that there's no germs on my food that I'm bringing into my house, and I don't want to be using bleach to wipe down my food, obviously. So these are all natural things that are beneficial to me and my family, and they're not going to hurt us. So what I'm going to do is put 2 drops of the oil of oregano. You can do 3 if you want, but 2's probably good. I think I just got 4 in there actually. And then 2 drops of the lemongrass. And then I'm going to put a squirt of Miss Meyer's hand soap in here, or dishwashing soap. Just, like maybe, just a little drizzle in there. And then put a little bit of water in here. And I always like to use distilled water. You want to make sure that there's, you're not using tap water. You want to make sure that you're using like the cleanest water that you can. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. So the amount of water that you want to fill in here is just like 1/4 of an inch of water into your container. And then you just kind of mix that all up in there. And then you want to use a really high quality paper towel. You don't want a crappy paper towel that's going to fall apart. Because you're going to be using this to wipe down things. You want a high quality paper towel. I know it's really hard to find right now. I was able to get some Bounty And that's my normal go-to favorite paper towel, and they seem to be holding up pretty good. If you can find some Viva or something like that, that's even a little bit thicker and a little more sturdy, you want to go with something like that. And so what I did is I rolled it so that I can actually pull this out. And you want to make sure it's not too tight so you can actually pull it out of there, but when it does get wet, it loosens a little bit. So this is actually a little bit taller than the container itself. So I'm just going to cut the bottom of this off so that it will fit into the container. And the bottom part of this, I just use those for napkins, and you know, they work great for napkins for Judah or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. So now I have my roll that's gonna fit into here. The reason that I put a little bit of dish soap in here is to help emulsify the oils so that they're not just floating around freely in the water. It actually helps to disperse the oil a little bit throughout the water so that it's not concentrated into one spot. You know what happens when you put oil and water together. And I'm going to take the top of this off, and then I'm just going to put it down in here. Pop this back on, and then you want to shake it around, put it upside down for a little bit so that they soak into the paper towels and fully get saturated in there. And just keep an eye on that because it will leak a little bit if you filled it too full. And you do want to make sure you put enough water in here so that it does saturate the paper towels. So, you know, like 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of water in there. And then there you go. You have your own disinfecting wipes that you can wipe down food or anything, and it's completely safe for you and your family to use. And it's great. Thanks for watching.